All right, we had the court cases involving gerrymandering and voting. Our Supreme Court cases are: case number 1 was Shaw v. Reno, case number 2, Baker v. Carr, and case number 3, Reynolds v. Sims.
The first case was Shaw versus Reno. The ruling was significant in the area of redistricting and racial gerrymandering. The petitioner was Shaw. The respondent was Reno, Nevada, and the year it was decided was 1992. The court ruled a 5-4 decision that redistricting based on race must be held to a standard of strict scrutiny under the Equal Protection Clause. The majority opinion was led by Sandra Day O'Connor, and Scalia, Thomas, Kennedy, and Rehnquist all followed. The dissenting opinion was led by Stevens, and Blackmun, Souter, and White all followed. And this was a conservative win. The impact that this had was that the Supreme Court decided that the district court would have to decide whether or not some compelling governmental interest justified in North Carolina's plan. And this dealt with the 14th Amendment.
Our second case was Baker v. Carr. This is a landmark United States Supreme Court case. It decided on the attempts to change the way voting districts are delineated, basically working with redistricting votes. And the petitioner of this case was Charles Baker. He was a Republican who lived in Shelby County, Tennessee. The respondent, Joe Carr, and this case was decided in 1962. Writing the majority decision was Brenner. The dissenting decision was written by Justice John Hannon II, and the concurring decision was written by Justice William O. Douglas. The impact this had is that legislation is now redrawn every 10 years, and the impact was a liberal win.
The third case is Reynolds v. Sims. And this case was a United States Supreme Court case that ruled that state legislature districts had to be roughly equal in population. The petitioner were voters from Jefferson County, Alabama, including Sims. The respondent was state legislator, which was Reynolds, and the year it was decided was 1964. A summary of the case is that Alabama plaintiffs were upset because there wasn't a reapportionment in 6 decades, so since 1900, which was discriminatory against fast-growing populations. And this was unsettling because under the current apportionment, only 25% of the population resided in districts represented by a majority of the Senate and House of Representatives. The Supreme Court decision ruled that yes, apportionment scheme was violated. The majority opinion was led by Warren, and there were 8 voters for Sim, and those voters were Black, Douglas, Clark, Brennan, Stewart, White, and Goldberg, and the dissenting opinion was led by Harriam, and this was a liberal case. As a result of this case, states are now required to be honest and in good faith. They're supposed to construct districts nearly as possible to being fair. And this deals with equal protection.
All right, guys, our works cited was thecavespeech.com, oyas.org. This was created by Dana Nadler, Cale Kilpatrick, Lena Thomas, and happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas, you guys.